board of directors, members of faculty, young graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I have great pleasure in participating in this year's annual convocation of the institution. At the outset, may I extend my heartiest congratulations and best wishes to the students who have received their degrees today. You are standing here with expectations at the threshold of a new challenging stage of your life. In a short span of time of less than a decade and a half, NDIM has made its mark as one of the top-ranking business schools. It is nationally accredited and recognized for its physical and technical infrastructure, academic curriculum, international journals, intellectual capital, and finally for placing the students in national and international organizations of repute. This moment is the end as well as the beginning. You have completed your basic education and would soon be leaving for your respective fields of work. What is this training for? Does it prepare you for earning a livelihood, or it makes you a better human being to respond to the duties of a good citizen towards the society and the nation? According to me, education prepares our young men and women to respond to the duties of good citizens towards the society and the nation. May I remind you what Albert Einstein said, this is called, 100 times every day, I remind myself that my inner and outer life depended on the labor of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received and am still receiving. Simply put, what Einstein said is that the man is dependent on the labor of other men, and it is his duty to exert himself to return in the same manner to others what he has received from somebody else. Today I would like to talk to you on a few points which go to make an individual proficient and a good manager of people. An institution, according to Webster's encyclopedic unabridged dictionary of English language, the word management means the act of manager of managing, handling, direction to control. The person or persons controlling the directing the affairs of business institutions. The person who has to therefore manage either human resources or the institution through the said human resource has to be a leader of men. What factors make a person a leader of men in business or in organization can be summarized into 1. Leadership, 2. Decision making, 3. Open, honest communication, trusting relationship, teamwork, customer loyalty, creativity, innovation, and strategic and technical breakthroughs. Each one of these qualities again shows that the person who has to manage the affairs of others or an institution has to have a great deal of inbuilt capacity to enter into communication with others, resulting in trusting relationship and teamwork. He has to carry the people in his team with him to give their best to the organization. High achievers are not a person with high intelligent quotient or IQ as it put, which was believed to be true for a long time. Research now suggests it is the emotional quotient which makes men better leaders. Emotional quotient has not been defined as such, but in simple words, it is the capacity to relate to fellow human beings in a better way and the capacity to show resilience and an objective-oriented and balanced approach at the time of crisis. The people who are intellectually the brightest are often not most successful either in business or in their personal life. An emerging research suggests that a technically proficient executive or professional with a high emotional quotient rather than intelligent quotient is someone who picks up more readily and more deftly than others the incoming problems that need resolution and addressing the gaps to be leaped or filled, the impending opportunity that seems most likely to prove golden and profitable. While Mahatma Gandhi considered as one of the greatest leaders of the century and perhaps recognized as one of all the time greats who brought about the great political and social change in this part of the world, which has influenced is going to influence in the years to come the way thinking of people all over the world. Apart from other things, as I see, he was a leader who made men out of clay. He inspired people, and one of the reasons why he could inspire so many people with different ideologies and backgrounds simultaneously is that there was not much variance in his thought process, speech, and action. He spoke what he thought and acted on what he said. The crisis of leadership comes when one thinks one thing, says something else, and does something else. This erodes the confidence of the people around you. To be a great manager of men and a material, there has to be a complete transparency in what you think, what you say, and what ultimately you do, because there has to be a complete coordination in all these three, as you will be judged by your action and not what you say. Imbibe the qualities of leadership, only then you will be able to manage men, material, and institutions. With these words, I take your leave and place on record my gratefulness to the organizers for having provided me with this opportunity to come and address the faculty and the students of the institution. All the best.